Greetings, this is Paul the Poke from paulthepoke.com. Today's topic, trend update, the Torah, King David, coming Messiah. The scripture reference comes from an article today in breakingisraelnews.com, and the reference is Hosea 3 verses 4 and 5. For the children of Israel shall dwell many days without king or prince, without sacrifice or pillar, without ephod or household gods. Afterward the children of Israel shall return and seek the Lord their God, and David their king, and they shall come in fear to the Lord and to his goodness in the latter days. And notice it's in the latter days is when they shall return and seek the Lord their God. And the thing that I find pretty interesting about this is this is the history of Israel since the death, burial, and resurrection of Christ. In 70 AD, they were dispersed out of the land of Israel to all the nations. In the early 20th century, the Jewish people returned to the land, and in 1948, they became a nation again. And even now in the early 20th century, we have Jews who believe that Jesus Christ is their Messiah, and the number is growing. Well, just recently, 2016, Rabbi Yosef Berger finished writing the Torah on a scroll. And the ceremony was completed on the 7th day of the Hebrew month of Adar, which would be roughly February 15 or 16 on our calendar. And the 7th day of Adar is believed to be both the birthday and the death date of Moses. And I want to go to a map here. Take a look at this, and what I got here is a shot of the old city of Jerusalem. We're going to do some landmarks right smack in the middle of the map. You can see the cursor going around. This is the old city of Jerusalem. Right here in the eastern part of the old city is the Temple Mount, or the Dome of the Rock. Just a little bit west of there is the Western Wall. That's where you see all the Jews praying and putting their prayers in the cracks of the wall. To the east of the old city, again the old city's in the center of the map, to the east is the Mount of Olives. You hear about this frequently. The Mount of Olives. Then down to the south, not to be confused, is the city of David. This would be off the southeast end of the old city. And what we're going to focus on is to the south and a little bit west. And this is David's tomb right here, just below. And the thing that to keep in mind is this is all a very short space. This is less than a mile from the Temple Mount area down to David's grave. It's less than a mile, so easily walked. You know, it's uphill to the Temple Mount. But that's where this scroll is going to be kept. And Rabbi Berger finished the scroll. And he's going to keep it at Mount Zion, on Mount Zion, at David's tomb. And it is his dream, he believes it's his dream, his destiny, to give this scroll to the coming Messiah, and that by writing this thing by hand is going to help fulfill some requirements to bring about the coming of the Messiah. They had a big ceremony for the occasion. They blew a ram's horn or a shofar to consecrate the event. And this is according to Yaakov Shimoni and his teachings from the 13th century, that the Messiah will not return until three things are done. And he states, no signs of redemption will be shown to Israel until they seek these three things: the kingdom of heaven, the dynasty of King David, and the building of the temple. Now, Rabbi Berger believes with the scroll housed on Mount Zion, again that's down here to the south and the west of the old city. Again, this is where it's housed, down here in David's tomb, that this will accomplish three goals in one direction. And he thinks he has done a big thing to bring about the Messiah to come to Israel. Now, Jesus had a couple of things to say about circumstances, conditions for his return. Matthew 23, verse 39, "For I tell you, you will not see me again until you say, Blessed is he who comes in the name of the Lord, and that you is nation Israel. For I tell you, you will not see me again until you say Israel is who he is referring to. And this is prior to his entry into Jerusalem before he was crucified. And then lastly, Matthew 24, verse 14. And this gospel of the kingdom will be proclaimed throughout the whole world as a testimony to all nations. Then the end will come. The ceremony was closed with the Shema, and that's Deuteronomy 6, verses 4 through 5. Hear, O Israel, the Lord our God, the Lord is one. You shall love the Lord your God with all your heart, and with all your soul, and with all your might. And those verses in Deuteronomy, those are the foundation for the golden rule. Love yourself as you'd love your neighbor, or love your neighbor as you'd love yourself. Treating others kindly. So, at any rate, they are thinking about a coming Messiah, and all of these things are happening in some critical landmarks as far as Jerusalem and the Old City are concerned. If you're interested in this sort of thing, please feel free to check out paulthepoke.com, keyword search trend update. Thanks for listening. Take care. Bye.